Hey there and welcome back to SnowRunner. We are going to fulfill the mission or task known as Out of Nowhere. We have to fix the white Western Star 4964. We have to repair it for 560 points, replace 6 tires and refuel 300 liters of fuel. Then we have to deliver it too, so that's going to be great. Now I hope that we do make it with 300 liters left, because then I can put it in and I can put it back out. If that's not going to be the case though, right, we are just going to do a double haul, and that is no issue at all. Now, the AvenHorn is strong enough to actually haul anything, anywhere out. So that's our choice right now with, of course, the surface add-on. Pretty decent though, pretty decent. It doesn't feel tip heavy so far. A lot of other trucks with something like this, yeah, they become very tip heavy though, so be aware of that. Now, as you can see though, this truck is much wider than the add-on, so don't worry about it too much. There's the big girl just resting out after a lot of work. Now, I don't believe there's a lot of missions left though. 23 out of 48, wow. Okay, that is not so much anymore. But then again, we don't know like what one mission can count like with the company missions, right? Because sometimes, like in the Yukon, there were like 4 to 8 normal hauls left and right, into one mission. If that's the case though, we still have many hours to go. I actually wonder what map comes after this one though. Amur, we are going back to Russia. Interesting. I know there are some decent upgrades there for trucks that we have, because we did see, like, we can find it in Amur. That's kind of nice though, but a little bit of a spoiler. It takes away the surprise. But I totally understand it too, right? If you want to have your favorite truck to be working at optimal upgrades and conditions, you can just go to a region, scout around, grab what you need, and off you go. Like a little holiday trip, right? After all the business success that we have here in the hauling, repairing, and, well, recovery services that we do provide. I don't think we do need high gear here or low gear or anything like that. I think it doesn't slow down here. This is all because of me. Yeah, the AvenHorn or AvenHorn is something else. Let's go in high gear now anyways, but it's something else, man. I love this truck for real. I don't think I would like it as much though, as design, if it was single tire in the rear. You know what I mean? I do like the tires to be chunky and very, very big though. I just love it. Come on, big boy. We're not really touching this though, as you can see right down there at the bottom. Yeah. We are not touching that though. But oh well, that's alright. That's a negative of chunky wheels. Be aware of it, especially if you're going off-road. Where is it? Is it right over there? A little bit further. Okay, I do see the rear. Nice. I thought the trailer or the add-on, the fuel add-on, was actually, a little bit of a rock formation there, but no. By the way, why would he even drive it like that? And that with a fuel add-on? Man, the guy must have been absolutely wasted out of his mind though. For real though, right? Now, maybe it was night though. Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of this. Probably it was nighttime. And he miscalculated. Probably tried up to get his bottle of booze from the floor. Didn't look, you know, and off he went, off he went. Now, let's go and do some repairs here. There we are. Everything is fully repaired. Now we do need to refuel. Oh, wow. We have more than enough here. Okay. I did not know that we had that much with us. Very lovely, though. Look at that. Very, very freaking lovely. It's a lovely truck, by the way. Oh, yeah. White Western does make some awesome trucks, though. Very classic looking. Come on, high gear. Don't let us down. Oh, it lets us down, though. Maybe I should just put this one right over there. There you go. We're going downhill, so maybe auto would be nice. We are now in 6 out of 7 gears, which is perfect. And now we are in 1 of 7. That's what I mean, though. The back and forth, though. That's the killer of momentum. And high gear is often an issue because you're hauling a very thick truck behind you. Yeah, I'm not sure if we are taking the correct road, though. To the left seems to be very, very directly, though, compared to this one. This just seems to be, yeah, the scenic route. And it definitely is, though, if we look at the bridge. But I think if we stay true to this, we might actually end up on the good side. Okay, no rocks here. Whew. I was a little bit afraid, though, that this one might be one of those scouting routes where you get stuck between a couple of rocks if you're just 1 millimeter too wide. And here we are. Beautiful. Whoa, as good as new. Thanks to you, our warehouse will keep on working as intended. This is your reward, and if you need anything at the warehouse, you can take it. Alright, 10 metal rolls. I'm not sure what they have with the metal rolls, though, but that's all we are getting here. Gone with the wind. Let's see what we want to do. So the best things about these games are that more experience you have with a truck, the more you notice. And I really did notice that the suspension of this truck, the AvenHorn A15, is very stiff. It doesn't bounce a lot, but it's flexible for that. What I do mean, especially, is that a lot of the tires just go off the ground, while the rest does not, if that makes sense. Like, normally the suspension would push the tires downward. Well, the AvenHorn keeps them afloat. It's a very interesting observation if you keep looking at it, though. But it's difficult around here because everything is almost flat. But can I show you? Oh, do you see that? It's ever so slightly. This one is up in the air, right? It does not touch the flooring there. Just barely. Oh, there it went. There it went a little bit down. Do you see what I mean? So you do lose a lot of traction with that, by the way. And by that you lose a lot of power and momentum. So that is an issue for a lot of trucks. Somehow this thing keeps on going. You know, it doesn't matter if you're carrying super heavy loads or whatsoever. The speed does not decrease unless you are struggling with the terrain, and that's a whole different story. But if you can keep it in high gear and rolling, it is just as quick with a load on its back than it is without it. So I do really appreciate it, but that's something that you have to keep in mind, because a stiff suspension might be a death sentence in very difficult terrains. Think about rocks as an example. But I don't think such extremes are in the game that the AvenHorn cannot handle. I know how it sounds though, but we should be able to turn a little bit further. No, we should not. Alright. But yeah, you know, like, it is something that you have to keep in mind. And it's a nice little detail that I found out. The more you know, in other words, right? The more you know. Alright. Oh yeah, puff in real life. Both tires gone. All 4 of them right now. Here we are though. But yeah, that's what I noticed. And also in high gear, it's just the same as without. Clearly, as you see right here, huh? Isn't that a cool thing? Lots of trucks do slow down a little bit though. I'm going to try, of course, to show you what I really mean with a lot of no doubt, right? You know, like a real situation. But it's something else though, isn't it? I believe the Zixi has no stiff suspensions. Yeah, then again, let's be fair. It looks like a truck that comes from the 50s, 60s, probably early 70s though. So let's just say mid 60s, right? And the technology was not there yet, you know. The suspensions didn't really change all too much, although we have very modern ones with pistons and all. But I mean the old school suspensions. It did not change too much though. The carbon quality of the steel and the thickness and everything is different, yes. Oh, yeah, see what I mean again? Right around here. Let's see if we can go a little bit back. Yeah, it's really pressing it down because of the weight. Further, yeah, I cannot really show it over here because this is a very big extreme. Alright, technically I can. Do you see the 2 front tires? They are together. Right in the air. The issue is though, they are connected though, I realize right now. Both of these are on the same suspension, but this one... Oh, this one too. Alright, well that explains a lot though. It's a dual extension. Well, not expansion, suspension system. Well, that's really cool though. I did not really notice it. You know what we do need to add in the game? An X-ray thing where we can actually get some proper details in the garage. So it is not a stiffy, right? You know, it is just a truck with a decent suspension, but a different one than most trucks in the game have. I love it. I love it. So well, you know, I thought I was onto something, and I corrected myself, and we got a whole bunch of different information though. It still is like a stiff one though, right? You know, if you are caught right on a couple of rocks in an unpleasant way, then it has more to do with our driving or with the road itself than with the suspension. Okay, Sarah, whatever will be, we will master it, we will conquer it. We still have a winch then, so there's no issue there. And once we do cross the road, you know what, we can park down here, climb up the watchtower. There's a bed over there, a cot. We can rest there and wait for the early morning though. I think we should do that. So we are driving by daylight instead of, you know, driving right up into the night. Come on. Here we go. There is actually also a benefit with this suspension system though. Not sure what's going on here. We're really caught in a bad position. But yeah, if one goes up, the other one goes down. Meaning, it's a little bit easier to find grip in certain positions. Huh. Didn't think about that now, did I? Oh, let's go to the watchtower. It's 6 in the morning, and by the way, Look at that. It is now an A. 2 bars gone from an A minus, or an A plus, I mean. And in speed, it doesn't matter though. It does not matter. It just keeps on going. And after this one, I think we are going to collect some oil barrels. Yeah. Not with this truck though. This truck is way too overpowered to use non-stop. Although I really like that though. I really do like it. But we have to get a crane. A flatbed. A proper size flatbed. Maybe we can do a double haul. But so far, no need. To overthink it, you know. We will manage. We will manage. This mission is called Order of Locks. There you go. I already delivered one though. Let's put her in high gear. So the terrain doesn't matter too much to us, you know. The guitar song that I keep talking about, that's playing on the background right now, it just feels like something of pure nostalgia. Like something like a road trip or a hunting trip. Anything like that though, right? You know, you just remember the good old days. Let's turn a right over here. The house is over yonder. Let's slow down here, right? We don't want to be launching ourselves in the air with these logs on the rear. Ooh, yeah, you know, because if something goes wrong, they might be actually at the rear, you know what I mean? Nope. A little bit too early there. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Great, now I can restore everything here and run the household as it should be. Here's your reward. You do need 2 full trailers of long wood to restore your little cabin. And return to the household? Girl, you have a secret atomic apocalyptic bunker down there, don't ya? This is a forefront though, I'm telling you. Alright, now let's stop the engine. And let's see, the bore. Yeah, we used the bore for some other jobs though. We could have used it for whatever, I suppose, right? You know, Western Star twin steer. It's going to be a nice one though. But as you do see, we do need a crane. We do need a crane, my boys. Let's go to the other map. It's kind of crazy, by the way, right? You know, I did watch a document lately. And it was about... Let's say you buy $1 for a bread, right? You know, or euro, pound, maybe a little bit more though, right? You know, the issue is for the farmer, they do earn less than 10 cents, 0.09 cents. All right, per bread. Now the man in the middle, the miller, right, in the baker factory or the baking factory and stuff, they do earn the most though. They earn around what was it, around 90 cents, you know, and then the rest is for the store and so on. I mean, there's something wrong there though, right? You know, there's something completely wrong. We gotta fix that. It's so important though, right? Because if we don't take care of one another though, who will, right? There we go. Oh, we do need 4 more. We can grab 1 extra. To activate the anchor. There we go. We could get 2 more. But yeah, we do need. Yep. Wait a minute. Okay, we have bricks here. We have oil. Let's go for the oil then, because this didn't make sense in my mind right away. Don't push your luck. That is that. That's the bricks. Hazardous cargo. There we go. Alright, how many more? 3 more. Technically, we could just turn around right now. But let's not do that. This crane should be technically restored, so we don't sway around too much. I'm just letting it roll right here, though. I don't want to accelerate. Always restore the crane. This thing can just sway us right on the floor, though. Like a wrestling match. Alright, there we are. Let's put the anchor out. Alright, there we go. Restore the anchor, pack the cargo. Now, I kind of want to go with the trailer too at the same time, but I think we are going to do that with a whole different type of truck. Now, right over here, can we take a turn? I think we just have to go back. The issue with going back like this, though, right over there, is that we might tip over. Yeah, I don't know what it is though, but somehow if you go backwards and there's cargo on the rear right here, you know, it's all the extra weight that makes you super tip heavy. Talking about suspensions and tipping and all that, this suspension is a 3-way suspension though. It's a different one. They are all separate. So not really a 3-way, you know, it's more, well, yeah, separate, you know, like each of them is individual. As far as I can see... Ooh, no. All I'm trying to do is show you guys something, and we almost have a full accident here. Yeah, this truck, man, listen to me stutter, darn. You know, like... Is the twin steer system a tip? Like it is super tip heavy or something? I don't know, man, but kind of feels like it, you know. Come on, get over here. There we are. It's like a golden rule, maybe, right? You know. Oh, it has 2 steering axles right in the front. Make it tip heavy. We ought to be careful though. Let's stay in low gear. Yeah, but let's be honest though. This road, if you're bouncing here and you're already on the tip side, right, you know, you are doing something wrong. Right, here we can go into high gear, even with a little bounce here and there. Such a beautiful truck, man. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite truck is though, but I'd like to know what yours is. Do let me know. Means a lot, by the way. Because maybe I can do some research on it, learn a little bit, you know what I mean? Okay. Oh, I felt it coming though, didn't I? Ooh. It's like a ship though. It's like a boat. It's swaying left and right. And it does it in such a way that it really looks like a boat now, doesn't it, in a storm? Just those smooth, long dips left and right, left and right. So let's turn her around. A little bit further, big boy. Yeah, that little dead tree can be pushed to the side, although the long way will make it difficult. Could even penetrate my steel though if we keep pressing. It's not reinforced metal after all. No, ain't this beautiful though, huh? Not sure what he's doing with all the oil. But you can make your own gasoline and your own benzene with it too. And by the way, the best thing about that though, if you know how to do it, you also have plastics and you have some other things too, right? You know, that can be used for other things also. Would I do it in his case? Absolutely not though. The fumes and everything else. The government might think you have a meth lab somewhere. Alright, let me collect the other ones. See you right by the first barrel. Oh, the river though. It seems strong. Doesn't seem too deep though. I think it's perfect though for a little dive. But even with our trucks, yeah, there's no issue of going over there, you know. There's no issue, I think. Wrong button. Yeah. I wanted to lower it a little bit, not by that much or that hard. I actually think we could grab that trailer though. Where is it? Ah, it's right over there. Yeah, that's an issue though. It's far away. I don't think this tree we can cross. I'm definitely going to try. Oh, we can cross it. Perfection though, perfection. That's what the mirror says whenever I'm looking away. And I'm not anymore on it. Come on, don't turn too much, please, thank you. Jeez, lower it, my boy. I would like it to be less at the back though, but we can do it like this. Restore the crane. Pack the cargo. Deactivate. Oh no, look at the... Yeah, that is something I totally ignored though. Stop the engine. We're out of fuel. Let's go grab the Teterin and refuel the big boy. Oh, it's right over here, huh? That's going to be a little bit of a haul. Of course. Of course. Oh, it looks so nice though to drive over that one. Of course, it's one of the two of the same size that you cannot push around. Oh well, it does happen, it does happen. Refuel. Yeah, this is how we are going to use our Teterin from now on, by the way. It's a lot of fun though, right? You know, a little bit of a rescue vehicle. Stop the engine, change the truck. And off we go, off we go. By the way, that trailer, there's a trail around here. I noticed right here. That goes like that. Seems to be a whole lot smarter to use that one instead of, well, the water road, the waterway. Last time I've never seen my truck having fins or snorkel the size of a submarine, you know. Although, the river seems passable on all sides though, even in the middle. Let's be smart about it too, you know. Alright, so far we can go in high gear until we do meet the rocks. Kind of cute, man, that fat ass mushroom there. You know, you see him there to the left. You see him everywhere though, if you look closely. Kind of look like dog turds at the same time, you know, from a distance. And then they render in, and you got a beautiful fat ass mushroom. There was a story not too long ago on the news that, well, a couple of years already though, like a couple of tourists went missing, and he went and he went inside of the German dark forest, right? You know, we call it the dark forest because there's black woods around there where there's barely any sun penetrating though at certain times of the year. Think about Teutoburger Wald, right? You know. What is it? Yeah, Teutoburg Forest, where the Romans got annihilated. So, yeah, you know, and he went around and... Yeah, guess what, though? He found some special mushrooms. And he were roasting that. And roasting that. And he were... well, I can imagine he were proper high, though. But I believe they were very, very sick, you know. Maybe they did ate too much of the magic mushroom. I don't know though. But wow, that's one way to go out, I suppose. Well, they didn't go out though. Don't worry about that. But man, that's one heck of a way though. And he said, well, they did look like those that they have at home. Yeah, mushrooms, man. Don't underestimate them. Yeah, mushrooms, they are very potent though. Like lion's mane, they do help your brain's neurons to connect a little bit better, right? You know, well, not connect in the sense like they are growing, because those cordyceps mushrooms will be very strange though, right? You know, but it's more like a zombie thing then, right? You know, like the Last of Us type of zombies, the fungus zombies. But they do help you with sending signals from neuron to neuron, so you can concentrate way better and absorb things way better. And you have them as supplements. You can eat them, you can bake them, you can do a lot with them though. So even the normal healthy ones though, they do have a massive influence on you, right? There we go, my boys. The old man is home, and boom, now I can stop worrying for the local nature. Thanks, here's your reward. Well, thanks, 11,000 is quite a lot. Bricks. Yeah, we are going to do this one. I kind of want to use this one for the trailer, because we have no experience with this big boy with a water mission, you know what I mean? So let's go and haul this one around so I can park the log carrier by the garage, so we can nicely pick it up whenever we do need one. And then I will see you guys in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, don't forget to subscribe, have a wonderful time, and I will see you guys in the next one though. Bye bye.